This weather is really fantastic. The sun, it's been bright.
And folks, you got to wear sunscreen. TCL reporter Kelli Hanson asked the dermatologist at Advanced Dermatology Care to learn how much we need to put on. Oh, there you are, Kelli, right over there. How wonderful.
Right over here. Here's the answer. We need an entire shot glass full to cover our entire body. Now, here at Twin Cities Live, all we have is a double. So just fill it halfway, and this is what you need to apply all over your body and apply often, especially if you're in water. You know, July is UV Safety Awareness Month. That's why I stopped by Advanced Dermatology Care to find out how much sunscreen a dermatologist is putting on.
And with skin like hers, it's a big deal.
Mom Julie Rowan knows a thing or two about lathering on the SPF.
When she was younger, it was more about me just making sure that I got sunblock on her because it was my responsibility. But now she's older and she's at school functions and play dates and goes to camp and all sorts of places where she has to be responsible for it.
Danica, have you ever had a really bad sunburn?
Yeah.
What was that like? Did it hurt really bad?
Yeah, anytime anything touched it, it hurt.
When we talk about sunscreen, there is the spray sunscreen. That's real easy to put on. And then there's the lotion sunscreen, and the kids squirm. What would you say is the best?
I say the best sunscreen is the sunscreen you can get on your kids.
Advanced Dermatology Care dermatologist Dr. O.J. Rustad says physical blockers with ingredients like titanium and zinc are great for those beach days, and chemical sunscreens like the ones we spray on are great for an outdoor event. If you're not wearing sunscreen or you don't really like to wear sunscreen, you say SPF protectant clothing is what you should invest in.
Look for clothing that has the UPF label. You look for darker clothes, even though it may get you a little bit more warm. It's going to block better.
Dr. OJ has a nice white lab coat on, but if you were gardening, what would you be wearing?
If I was gardening, this is what I'd be wearing.
So you'd be wearing all black, long sleeves.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's protecting my arms. I don't have to worry about getting anything there. I don't have to worry about missing my back.
And you do this because you've seen how the sun can really damage the skin and affect people pretty tragically.
Absolutely. Not only skin cancer, but t-shirt length down. One of the reasons I like the blocker is as people mature, their skin gets so damaged, it's so fragile, they bruise so easily, and it's hard to recover from that. You can't give somebody new, thicker skin.
With kids with this fair of skin, other people don't always know how to put it on them or how much they need or how often they need it. And so we teach our kids to really be proactive about it and ask for more sunscreen or, you know, apply it, help each other, get it on their shoulders, their backs, their necks, everywhere that they might need it that someone else might have missed.
It's why this mom says wearing sunscreen is just as important as any other safety measure we take.
To me, it's like wearing a seatbelt or wearing a bike helmet. You do it to be safe, and it's not something that's optional or considered an inconvenience. It's just something we just do. Now, Dr. Rustad says when you put on sunscreen, put it on the top part of your hand. That way it's not wasted on your palm. So put it here and then rub everywhere, including your eyelids. He also says inside the ear because skin cancer, it can hide anywhere. Or maybe a spray tan is more your speed. Advanced Dermatology Care offers spray tans at their White Bear Lake and Stillwater locations. We posted all of those details on our website, twincitieslive.com.
Thank you, Kelli.
You're welcome.
We look forward to seeing you when you get back
from over there
to this part of the studio.
That'll be nice.
All right, great.
Big thanks to Advanced Dermatology Care for sponsoring the show. That is important
In your
stuff.
ears and on the top of your hand. I waste so much sunscreen on the palms of my...
I always do that.
I put it on and then I do this. Like I get rid of it immediately.
I know.
And then I start putting it on.
I know. The reapplication is a struggle. I need to start setting an alarm on my phone and then being like,
oh, to reapply?
now we got to do
That's smart.
it. Yep.